Hi, my name is Maya Jaffe. I am an English and theater double major here at Santa Clara University, and I will be graduating this spring in 2024. For my honors thesis, I wrote a play called 9 Weeks in December. So the play, 9 Weeks in December, it's an original one act that I wrote in conjunction with the New Playwrights Festival here on campus, which I'll talk about a little bit later. The play runs about 35 minutes, and I wrote it over the course of the academic year with the end goal of a staged reading in June as part of the festival. As for characters and plot, 9 Weeks follows three characters, Logan, Simon, and Tess, and it takes place exclusively on a Central Park bench in New York. Logan and Simon meet on the bench as they're both sort of in traumatic and tumultuous times in their own lives, mourning the loss of their own respective relationships. Logan is a 26-year-old lesbian, and she's mourning the death of her fiance, Tess, who just recently died of cervical cancer. And Simon is a 55-year-old gay man who is trying to heal from a failed relationship after realizing that his partner of the last 18 years, Damien, has been having an affair that entire time. We also get to see Tess, the now dead fiance of Logan, as she comes to terms with her own death and her new role as a ghost or kind of guardian figure in Logan's life. And we just watch all three of these characters interact in whatever ways they can and heal and try to move on from the recent traumatic things that they've all faced. As I said, the play only takes place on this park bench in Central Park, and it takes place over the course of 9 weeks, starting in mid-December and ending in the beginning of March. So because it only takes place at the park bench, time changes can be shown through the shifting of seasons, things like set design, lighting, soundscapes, but also costuming and how the characters are interacting with the world around them. Some images, reference photos that I had as I was writing the show to try and get into the mindset of a Central Park winter or early spring. Um, as I was writing the project, I had a couple stages of creation. So first, I worked on writing individually. I did a lot of individual writing exercises, brainstorming, world building, character development, things like that. And then, of course, writing the actual script. I wrote a few drafts and a few different sets of scenes before I started workshopping with different groups of peers. Um, in the end of winter quarter and first half of spring quarter is when I started workshopping, sharing the script with trusted writers who I knew um, had a good grasp on theatrical writing and could help me work through some of my issues, as well as speaking with my faculty mentor fairly often about how to revise and rewrite sections that were giving me trouble. So that was a lot of reading and discussion. I did some dramaturgical exercises and a ton of rewrites and some time tracking throughout the world of the play. And then now with the last half of spring quarter coming, I will be shifting out of the playwright mindset and into the director mindset since I do have a completed draft or a as completed draft as you could ever get for a show that hasn't been performed yet. So I'll be taking that finalized script and directing it in a staged reading in week 10. I've casted it. I will begin rehearsals pretty soon, and then based on whatever information I get from my actors and my audience, once the play is put up in front of an audience, I will use that information to take into my next round of rewrites. As I said, this is part of the New Playwrights Festival. So if you don't know what that is, it's a festival that happens on campus at Santa Clara every spring. It is usually 3 to 4 nights, and it's a festival of plays written entirely by students and typically acted and directed also entirely by students, though occasionally there is a faculty cameo in one of the casts. So I wrote this as part of the New Playwrights Festival, and my night it will be performed on is Wednesday, June 5th at 7 p.m. It will be one of 4 one-act plays shown that night. If you don't know what it is or you are interested at all in seeing some cool theater, absolutely come by the festival any of the nights. It is Monday through Thursday of week 10 at 7 p.m. and tickets are free for students. It's a really great opportunity to see some cool work, expose yourself to writers, and support your friends. So yeah, that's my thesis. Here are my sources for the photos I used in this presentation, and thanks for listening.